This is the fourth video of a 6-part series on PRL electronic reporting. This video will provide an overview of how to install and use DEC's Option A software for submitting pesticide reports electronically. If you are unsure whether or not Option A will work on your computer, please first watch our video titled, "Which reporting option is right for you?" In this video, we will go over how to install Option A onto your computer, create reports using the assistive functions, how to troubleshoot formatting errors, how to use the software to validate third-party text files, how to submit your report to DEC using both the software and the reporting website, and lastly, we will go over the email confirmations you receive from DEC after you submit your report. To install Option A, you must have 1. Installation permission from your computer's administrator, and 2. A computer running Microsoft Windows 7 or later. If you bought your PC after 2009, you likely satisfy this requirement. If you have a Macintosh, you can use Apple's Boot Camp Assistance to install Windows onto your computer. For questions about installing Windows onto a Mac, please contact Apple Tech Support. If you cannot satisfy these two requirements, you can use the Option D Excel forms or the Option O spreadsheets instead. Please watch DEC's user guide video for these options. To download the Option A software, open your internet browser. In the address bar at the top, type in nysprl.com and hit enter. This will take you to DEC's reporting website. Click on the bullet that says, "Download one of our free electronic reporting options." In the Option A row, go to the Install column and click Download. You should see a Downloads icon in either the top or bottom of your web browser, indicating a download is taking place. If you do not see this icon, you can always go to your File Explorer in your taskbar and click Downloads. The Option A software should be the first file on the list. After clicking or double-clicking the file, the Install Shield wizard for Option A will pop up. Click Next until you see the Install key, then hit Install. If you see a pop-up that says, "The system administrator has set policies to prevent this installation," or something similar, this means you do not have administrator permission to install the software. You will need to either log into an administrator account or ask the administrator of the computer to either give you permission to install or ask them to install the program for you. Once you are able to get past the installation permission, give your computer a minute to install the software. You may see a pop-up asking if you want to allow the app to make changes to your device. Hit Yes. Then, when the Install wizard pops up again, hit Finish. You can go to your desktop to see if the Option A shortcut appears. If, after several minutes, you do not see the shortcut, go to the magnifying glass in your taskbar and type Option A, and see if the software pops up. If it does, double-click on it to open the control panel. If you do not see it, please try the install process again or call technical support. Once you have successfully installed the software, double-click the shortcut key on your desktop. This will open the Option A Control Center. Remember, the Help tab on the top right can direct you to the Pesticide Reporting website. Please refer to this website when questions arise, as it goes into a lot more detail on how to create and submit the right report for your specific business model. Scroll on the left-hand side to navigate through topics. The control panel will require you to first input identification information in order to access the forms. The bottom right will have brief instructions to help you navigate the control panel. You can hide these by selecting Hide Instructions. If you are submitting a report for pesticide sales, you will need to input a commercial permit number. This number alone will give you access to the two sales forms. If you are submitting a report for pesticide applications, you will need to input a certification ID number. This number alone will give you access to the two applicator forms. If you need to submit a report for both sales and applications, you can input both a permit number and a certification ID number, and all of the forms will be accessible. If you have a business name and registration number, you can enter them in those fields, but otherwise you can leave them blank. Please also enter the name and certification ID number of the primary certified applicator. This can be the applicator who is submitting their own report, or the applicator designated as the primary applicator who is reporting for multiple applicators employed at the same business. Next, input the name, phone number, and email address of the person with whom DEC should be corresponding with. This could be your supervising certified applicator, an office administrator, or yourself, depending on how your business functions. The software will save all of this information in an identity text file, so you do not have to re-enter it every time you open the program. The last thing to note on the control panel is the C/PRL 2023 in the upper left-hand corner of the control panel. This is showing where your report files will be saved on your computer. The default location is in the Windows C drive in an automatically generated folder named PRL, followed by the year you are reporting for. This is for the report of PRL 2023. It is highly recommended to keep your files in this default location. If you need to change where your files will be saved, first make sure you have selected the correct reporting year. Then go up to the Tools tab and select Change Report Route. Find the folder you would like to save your files in and click OK. The file location in the top left should reflect the change. Next, you will choose which form or forms you want to use for your report. If you are reporting for multiple applicators employed at the same business, first complete Form 26A. Then you have the option of either submitting one Form 26 with all of the applications made by all of the applicators, or check the optional box, submit separate Form 26 for each applicator. If you check this box, when you go to open a Form 26, it will ask you to first select an applicator from the list you created in Form 26A. If you are only reporting for yourself, you only need to submit one Form 26. To start entering records, select eForm 26 and then click Blank Form. If you want to open a form you have already saved, click on Existing Form and double-click on the file to resume data entry. The blank form will pre-populate the certification ID and name of the primary applicator you entered in the Control Center. To get a better idea of what data should be entered, read the yellow notes that pop up when you hover your mouse over a cell. These notes are an important tool to help reduce errors in your report. Certain data entry errors will highlight the cell in red and prompt a validation pop-up window. To help reduce data entry errors, the software provides an EPA product list function where you can save product names and their EPA registration numbers, so you do not have to individually type them into each cell. To use this function, select Edit, click Add, and type the EPA registration number and the product's full name. Click OK and click Save. This box will list all of the products you have entered. If you click on the very top, you can arrange the list numerically by EPA registration number or alphabetically by product name. Click on any column in a specific row and then click on the product name in the EPA registration number list box. This will instantly fill in the EPA registration number and the product name in the appropriate columns. The county code column requires you to input a 2-digit code assigned to a specific county. The software provides a county code pop-up for assistance, so you do not have to memorize these codes. If the pop-up is disabled, you can click on the yellow button and choose from 3 options. First is to enable the pop-up when you click in that column and select a county code for each cell. The second is to disable the pop-up so you can manually enter the codes into each cell. The third is to set a county code default that will automatically fill in the code for one specific county every time you click a cell. You can always change these options as you go. You can also sort the county code list by code or name depending on which you prefer. The Units column provides a drop-down menu so you do not have to type in the units. The Apply Date column will make data entry faster by automatically filling in the year for each entry. As long as the reporting year you set in the control panel is accurate, you only need to input the month and the day. As you enter records, it is a good idea to use the Validate function every once in a while so you can be sure you are entering the data correctly. You can manually activate the validation function by selecting the Validate tab at the top. This will highlight all of the errors in the report at once. If you ever decide to minimize the form window and find that it has disappeared completely and you can't get it back, you can get it back up by holding down the Alt key and hit Tab. This will show you all of the windows you have open. Keep hitting Tab until you select the control panel, then release the Alt key. The form window should pop back up. To save your work, click on File in the upper left-hand corner and choose Save. The program will prompt you to validate your data before saving it. It is always a good idea to validate your data even if you just manually did it. If the data validation says your report has errors, but you want to fix them later, just hit OK. If you chose to save your files in the default location, it will take you to the Windows C drive to a folder named PRL, followed by the reporting year. If you want to save your files somewhere else, go ahead and browse to the location on your computer you would like to save them. Just be sure to make a note of where you are saving them. The software automatically names files using the letter associated with that specific form type. For example, Form 26 will always have a leading P, followed by the primary applicator's certification ID number and a 2-digit number indicating what sequence this file is. Because this is the first Form 26 saved in this folder, its sequence number is 00. The next Form 26 saved would end in 01. We recommend you keep this file name pattern, but if you must change the names for organizational purposes, please keep the leading letter in the name. The leading letter helps the software identify the specific form type for validation purposes. If your business keeps the required records in a business management software, or what we call third-party software, you may be able to export your annual report from that software and submit it to DEC. The report must still be in the compliant format before it is submitted. The best way to get a file into compliant format is if your software has the ability to export a report as a text file. A text file is in compliant format if it adheres to DEC's text file specifications. The way in which you export a compliant text file from third-party software will vary depending on which software you use. You may need to work with the software vendor to figure out how to export a text file that adheres to DEC's text file specifications. Once you figure out how to export a text file from your software, you can use Option A's validation function to double-check that the file is formatted correctly before submitting the file to DEC. If you are unable to use Option A software, you can still upload the text file through our reporting website without validating the format beforehand. The PRL Service Bureau website has a web page that can help you with text file specifications and Option A validation. You can find the web pages for text file specifications and Option A validation in one of two ways. 1. Go to the Help tab at the top of Option A's control panel and click on File Format Guidelines. This will take you to the text file specifications page. For Option A text file validation, you can click on Step-by-Step Text File Validation Instructions on the left-hand side. Or 2, go to nysprl.com, click Start Here, and scroll down on the left-hand side under Option A User Guide to Step-by-Step Text File Validation Instructions. The text file specifications are linked on the page. Once you have finished applications or sales for the calendar year, have input all of the required records, and validation verified that there are no errors in your report, you can upload your report to DEC. To upload, select Upload Report on the control panel. A window will pop up asking if you saved your report in the default location. If you did, click Yes. If you did not, click No and open the folder where you did save it. Next, a window will pop up with all of the text files in the chosen folder. Uncheck any files that you do not want to send. Depending on how your business functions, you may be submitting one report or several reports. Please watch video 2A or 2B if you need clarification on which forms to submit. Once you are sure all of the files you need to send are checked, click the Upload Report to DEC button. Depending on the size of your report, it may take some time for the files to upload. Once your files are uploaded, you will receive a response that will tell you the upload was successful. The files you uploaded will be listed and your report will be given a submission number. You should print this for your records and keep that submission number for any future correspondence about your report. You will also receive a confirmation email shortly after submitting. Please check your spam folder if you do not see it. If you click Upload Report to DEC and you do not see the Upload Succeeded message, you can still upload your files through nysprl.com. To do this, first open your internet browser. At the top, type nysprl.com, hit Enter. Then select the third bullet that says Submit your completed report. At the top, make sure you are reporting for the correct reporting year. Reports due by February 1st, 2024 must include applications or sales made during 2023. Select the reporting options that pertain to you in both boxes and click Next. Enter your identification information. The required fields will have a red dot. If your business does not have a DEC-issued business registration number, you can leave the field blank. When you are ready, click Next. At the top of the box, select Choose File. Open the folder where you saved your files when you were working within the Option A software. The default location would be in the Windows C drive. Open the folder named PRL followed by the reporting year. You will have to select the files one by one. Double-click the file or highlight the file and click Open. Next, select where it says Add File Selected Above to list of files to be uploaded. If you need to upload multiple files, select Choose File again and repeat the process until all of the files you need to upload are within the upload box. Next, select I'm ready to upload. The next page will give you a chance to double-check that all of the information is correct. You can go back and make changes, or select Submit Report when you are ready. Give the website a moment to process your report. After a few minutes, the web page should verify that your report was submitted and give you a submission number. Please save this number for your records as you will need it if there are any questions about your report. Reports submitted both from Option A software and from the reporting website will generate a receipt email shortly after submittal. If you do not receive this receipt email in either your inbox or spam folder, please contact technical support for help. The receipt email is only to verify that your report was successfully sent to DEC's Service Bureau for processing. After your report has been processed by DEC's Service Bureau, you will receive a second email that will say your report was either accepted or there are errors that must be fixed. Depending on how busy the Service Bureau is with processing reports or how long it takes to process your report, this second email may not come for a few days or weeks. These emails may also go to your spam folder, so make sure to check there as well. If your report was accepted, you are done reporting for that year. If, after submitting your report, you realize that you left an applicator or technician off the report who made applications that year, please reply to the acceptance email that you received and ask that an applicator be added to the report. Include the applicator or technician's name and certification ID number in the email. If the applicator made applications not already included in your submission, please send a new Form 26 file as well. If your report has errors, you will receive an email detailing the detected errors with a validation report showing where they occurred. You will have to edit your report until these errors are corrected. When the PRL Service Bureau finds that your report does not need any more corrections, you will finally receive an email indicating that your report has been accepted and you are done reporting for the year. If you haven't heard back from the PRL Service Bureau in a while, you can always check the status of your report by using our Check tool on the reporting website. To find this tool, go to nysprl.com and click on the bottom bullet that says, Check whether DEC has received your calendar year pesticide report. This tool can be used by anyone who has a certification ID number. So if you are an applicator or technician who is not directly involved in submitting reports, you can double check your report status without having to check in with your business. If you did submit your report directly and it has been more than 2 weeks since you received a submission number, but the Check tool says there are 0 submissions associated with your ID number, please call or email DEC's PRL staff or technical support. This tool only works for the current reporting year, so if you submit a late report for a prior reporting year, you will have to call or email PRL staff to check the status of your report. For any questions regarding report statuses, form types, and reporting violations, please contact DEC's Pesticide Reporting and Certification section. For any questions regarding text files, validation, and Option A software problems, please contact technical support.